is another week out already. Can you believe it's been a week since I was last here? I can't believe how quick the time is going past. So, today is Remembrance Sunday here in the UK. Men, women, animals, and children in some cases, who fought, who had no choice but to fight for their country. And the fact it wasn't a choice for a lot of people is heartbreaking. But of course they fought for freedom, and without their brave efforts, it's a chance we couldn't have been here today doing this. It might have been a completely different world. Seagulls. Can you believe it? It's been absolutely so quiet in here. As soon as I hit that record button, I get squawking seagulls. And I also get this little madam here. She waits for me to start recording, then always climbs down the table and makes herself at home. I hope you don't mind cat purring, and I'm so sorry about those seagull squawks. There's nothing that I can do about it, unfortunately. So I just thought I'd mention Remembrance Sunday before I start my kind of weekly ramble, if you like. It's just super important to me to mention it, because I do think about it a lot. For anyone who's interested, of course, I did a video quite a few years ago. I think it was the last one before I went on my hiatus, and it was reading the journal of a young soldier in the First World War. And since it's on topic, I'll post that video on this page just to give you the link to go to it. Stroking the cat. Yeah, so good news for me. My isolation has ended now, thank God. It ended on Friday, so that would have been my 10th day of testing positive for COVID. And that 10 days kind of was a strange affair. That 10 days kind of saw me at home, rambling around the house, trying to find something to do, and often doing nothing. Do you ever have it where you've got a lot of time on your hands, and your brain is telling you to do something productive and creative, and you can't decide what, and you end up doing nothing? That's kind of what it was like for me. But I feel a lot better. My taste has returned, which is great news. My smell has returned, and it's just like as if it was being underwater for those few days. You kind of left the world and the daily routine, and you kind of I now understand what lockdown must have been like for a lot of people, because I never actually got to lockdown. I was classed as an essential worker, so I went to work through the whole pandemic, through all of the lockdowns. I never once had to isolate or stay home, apart from 24 hours back last year, or was it this year? I got a message on my phone from the NHS to say that I'd been in touch with somebody who potentially had COVID, and I had to isolate. So what I did was I went and got a test the next morning. The test came back negative, and I went back to work literally that very day. few people have got this, got COVID at the moment. I've noticed a few ASMR artists kind of posting saying that they weren't feeling well, and I guess everybody's going to get it at some point, eh? What else has been happening? Yeah, so yesterday I went out for the first time in a few weeks, and I met some friends, and we went for drinks, and we had some food, and it was to celebrate a birthday that we'd missed because of the whole COVID episode. So we had a great time, lots of laughs, lots of conversations, and it's absolutely brilliant. I love spending time with friends and doing this kind of thing. I'm a very social person. I do enjoy connecting with people and just having that great time. And what I do love is no subject is off bounds. We talk about everything. The good things, the things that we worry about, that we don't always tell everybody. Do you have friends like that you can talk to and really bare your soul and share the great things, the bad things, the ugly things? Those kind of friendships are quite rare, I know, but I do have a great circle of friends. Maybe not as many friends as what I used to have back in the day. But I think as I'm getting older, my friend base is now all of a certain age. I don't feel the need to kind of prove myself to anybody now, if that makes sense. I just really enjoy like-minded people that you can really just relax around and not have to pretend or not be forced to do something that you don't want to do. So it was nice to kind of go out and be with some people and be outside of the house. And the pub we went to was really nice. And the food was really nice. We got two big sharing platters. Yeah, when it comes to drinking alcohol, I'm not so keen on wine for some reason. It's never really agreed with me for some reason. I wish I did like wine, because it looks amazing, but it's not for me. I do enjoy a nice premium lager, ice cold, so I like to drink Peroni, Moretti, Amstel, so a lot of Italian premium lagers. Ciders, I don't mind ciders, and I really like a nice fruity cider, like Old Mout or Copperberg. It's nice as a first drink, so I'm not much of a drinker really, but I do enjoy just a few social drinks, just with friends. I'm normally about 4 beers, then I'm tired, ready to go to bed. Some people can't stop once they start, but I'm not one of those people. I've also started Christmas shopping as well. I thought I'd finally take the plunge, and so I wrote a list of all the people that I have to buy for on a big list. I then wrote down the other people I need to buy for, such as friends, Secret Santas, and I set myself an overall budget of how much I've got to spend, and I then kind of divide it down into, the must-haves, and I like to assign a certain amount for all the kids in the family. I've got nephews and nieces, and of course I like to try and think outside the box. I like to think of nice creative ideas, and it doesn't always work out, because sometimes I can get myself a little bit stressed trying to be creative with an idea. Christmas it is, you start to panic because they haven't arrived. So I've made a list of everything I need to buy online, and hopefully they can come in good time and I won't have to worry about that. Obviously there's also an element of just looking in shops and buying some things in the moment. And that trip to York that I mentioned last week, that is still on, believe it or not. I've managed to change the dates to the 22nd of November, which is next Monday. And I actually got the tickets cheaper as well. So all ended well with that one. It's just been put on hold. So maybe I can get some things, there, but with it being kind of a day out, I don't want to be walking around with lots of bags that I've got to carry on the train, etc. That's that. So Christmas has officially started. Some people have reported seeing Christmas trees already up. What do you think about that? I think it's far too early. But I guess some people with children, they just want to kind of feel that Christmas cheer and festivity, and I guess you kind of get that when you put your Christmas tree up and the shops are already full of Christmas things and sweets or candies and ornaments and decorations. So Christmas always kind of starts really early, doesn't it? Of course, last year a lot of people started early because of the misery that the pandemic had caused. And this year's been a little bit easier. We've saw the relaxation of all of the restrictions. So we're not quite in the same boat as we were last year. However, COVID still kind of looms over us. Changing the subject, I've noticed in the news this COP26 thing that's taken place in Glasgow. I heard that they've come to some agreement with tackling climate change. I'm not sure what the details are yet, but it would be interesting to know what they are. I've been spending some time watching Squid Game again, and I finished it, and I didn't expect that twist at the end. It's quite a good twist. Anyone who's seen it will know what I mean. But I really enjoyed Squid Game. It was very violent, but it was kind of very thought-provoking, had a lot of social commentary. Yeah, but it was really good, and I hope there's going to be a season 2. I'm sure there will be. But I'm looking for something else to watch now. Any suggestions? So guys, I've been trying to rack my brains about what content to do for Christmas, and yeah, I've come up with a few ideas as we get closer to Christmas though, but I'm going to possibly start filming some content over the next few weeks, ready for that in advance. That noise you can hear, it's actually the radiators, the central heating that we have. A lot of places don't have central heating because it doesn't get that cold, but we, instead of air conditioners, we have central heating, which provides radiators in a lot of the rooms and warms them up. So that noise you can hear in the background I kind